So when it comes to this eviction moratorium situation, which is ever evolving and developing as we speak, we aren't hearing a lot of people really caring about what the landlords are going through. And before we get into this video, make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And do not forget to get your next order of A-Game, the herbal male solution that promotes strength, energy, vitality, and libido.
This is A-Game, fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
If you are a man and have not tried A-Game, you are missing out. Do not forget to enter discount code YOUNG10 to get 10% off your next order. And I already know how some people think. They're already thinking, bro, who give a damn what the landlord's going through? The landlords do. People who are prospective landlords someday, they give a damn about the lack of payments and rent they have been receiving. Funny enough, rent relief funds have been available due to the American Rescue Plan, but these funds have been disseminated very slowly, which is the fault of the current administration. And speaking of the current administration, the Biden administration, he is actually now overstepping his own authority according to himself, because the Biden administration, they are trying to pass some new legislation to extend the current eviction moratorium that already expired. They're trying to extend it even further. So this is a developing situation, and the CDC has actually declared the eviction moratorium a public health crisis due to them stating that this could increase the spread of the Delta variant, having all of these extra transient people, homeless people out here if they get evicted. So according to the CDC, they are extending the moratorium, the eviction moratorium, but the CDC does not have any legal authority over anyone as far as I'm concerned. As far as I know, the Supreme Court has already said that, hey, we are not going to be extending this moratorium again. We already said that it was ending come August, and we're in August. The 1st has passed, the 5th has passed for those that can pay their rent up until the 5th of the month. So it is now the 6th. So there are still people who are in jeopardy of being evicted, and there are still a lot of landlords out here that haven't gotten their money in a long time. And we're gonna take a look at a clip of a landlord saying that he hasn't gotten any money to the point of he's owed $24,000 in back rent and still has to maintain the property legally.
And you know, the crime of it is half of the rental unit owners in America are mom and pop operators, people who cannot afford to lose. You've lost $20,000 so far. Is there any chance that the federal government is going to make you whole, buddy?
No. And the bad part, the one thing that wasn't shown in that, you know, the guy didn't pay me rent, and evidently was getting money from somewhere, and he had 3 boats. Well, lo and behold, the middle of the summer, oh, their air conditioner went out. And so I had to put about a $4,500 heat pump on that house to make sure that they stayed cool. And I didn't receive any rent or anything. So, you know, it goes way beyond the loss of rental income. We're still bound by county rules and laws. We have to maintain the property.
Unbelievable. So the people who are not paying you rent called you up and said, hey, my air conditioner isn't working, and you are bound by law to fix it, and now you're out $5,000.
Right.
Okay. Well, it's not working too well. If somebody from the White House is watching, I hope they are going to do something to fix it, because folks like you are hurting. Buddy Shoup, Thank you very much for joining us today from North Carolina.
So in total, he is out 24 grand plus. And this is something that should be concerning if you are a person that hopes to own some property someday. And when you have tenants, if you don't already have tenants, this should be concerning to you. And this particular example is one of a person who is abusing this eviction moratorium. They're abusing it because they're buying other stuff rather than just paying a damn rent. But for those that don't know, tenants can still be evicted for reasons other than lack of rent payment. So they can still be evicted for violating certain housing rules. So there's actually a loophole that people can still be evicted if the landlord wanted to, because there are other stipulations that come with a leasing agreement other than just paying rent. And like I said in my last video, there are some people who are not trying to take advantage of the system, but they have been severely hampered by these lockdowns and they cannot afford to pay their rent out of no fault of their own. Those people do exist. So we really need to pay attention to this current administration and how slow and inefficient they are when it comes to getting assistance out to the people that actually need it. There are people who are gaming the system, like this person buying boats and all that when they should be paying rent. But there are people who are not abusing the system as well. And according to NBC News, the Biden administration has struggled with the eviction moratorium, first saying that it lacked the authority to extend it after the July 31st expiration, but then reversing itself and putting in place a new moratorium while acknowledging the difficulty it may face in the courts. So the situation is still developing, still up in the air, and we will have to see how this turns out in the coming days, weeks, and months. But I'm curious what you guys think about this whole thing. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe button, and blessings to you.